Okay, so there is a man who, he's a zookeeper, and when he's tending to the monkeys, he always throws peanuts at them.
Right.
But one day he shows up with a, there's a bag that was left in the enclosure.
Is that your card?
How did you know?
It's not on camera for everybody
Yes.
else.
All right.
Sorry.
The man shows up and he throws peanuts at the monkey, but the monkey takes them and puts them in his bag, and that bag has magic peanuts in it. And if there's a magic peanut in the bag and it touches a regular peanut, they both cancel each other out and they disappear.
Beej, is that your card?
It is. Gasp. All right. I am awaiting instructions.
Yeah, instructions are being delivered to Tom's, where we have decided to set up the Matthews.
Okay. I can see that the microphone is on.
If you want to be, you can escape.
Escape. You'll know that it's a magic peanut because it has a hyphen on it, or a minus sign, or a negative sign, because it's
Or an M dash?
or an M dash, meant to prove that it's a negative number as opposed to a positive number. This is how I was taught negative numbers.
It's a nega peanut.
I didn't
It's a
know
negative.
peanuts came in signed and unsigned.
Well, big endian and little endian, and I like to pop them out the big endian because then the little ones come out the other side
Right.
too.
They just all fall out.
That reminds me of like a story from like the Diamond Age.
Oh yeah.
It's a Neil Stevenson book, but a large portion of it takes place as like stories that this little girl is reading from this book that is teaching her, various mathematical and interesting concepts. Anyway.
Anyways, let's get a 20-minute timer up.
It's all happening way in front of me. Awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, you need to build a little bit
Okay,
forward, just so you know.
I can do that. It's harder for me to get my head in the camera then, so that'll be great. I'll build a little farther ahead. All right, so here I sit.
Excellent.
What do I do?
So you should have a rectangle assembly with two black long boys sticking straight up.
Wait,
Let me know when you found it.
did we actually give Beej
Where
the
is the-
current assembly? Those are just all the pieces.
Oh yeah, huh?
I think
Like
it would have
I
been
said,
really good if you hadn't said anything. Actually, I would have loved to have seen where that had gone.
You should have an assembly.
I was so concerned about getting the bags. There you go.
Hey.
Alright, so do you have the assembly?
Yes.
Excellent. So you are going to arrange that so it is longer than it is wide, with the black long boys facing you. So the black long boys should be on the southern edge.
I have done this.
Alright. So you're gonna have two pieces for step 16. They're gonna be two right angle plates, dark gray, with 3 pips.
Repeat.
Two dark gray right angle plates with 3 pips on top.
I have this.
Okay, excellent. So, just to make sure you've got those black long boys closest to you.
I have done that.
Perfect. So, on the sides, kind of facing the back of the black long boys, there should be 3 exposed pips forming right angles on either side of said long boys. So you'll have kind of like they're hugging up against it.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna plop those right angles, covering up the 3 pips on the, starting on the right, or the left going right, and then again you've got those 2 pips, and then the 1 pip right behind the black long boy. So you're butting up against the right angle, so it's 2 pips high and 4 pips wide when you have all of them placed.
Matthews, can you stand up for a second to show off your shirt?
Oh yeah, sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have done this.
Excellent. And that is step 16. Alright, this is going to be an interesting one. This is step 17. You're going to need 4 total pieces. You're going to need 1 1x2 dark gray plate.
I have this.
You're going to need 1 2x3 dark gray brick.
A little snaky.
I have
Coming in.
this.
You're gonna need 1 1x4 dark gray brick.
Repeat.
1 dark gray 1x4 brick.
I have this.
Excellent. Then you're gonna need 1 1x8 dark gray brick.
I have this.
Excellent. Here's the weird piece. You're gonna need a what looks like light blue 1x2 brick, but on one side there are 4 hollow pips.
I have this.
Perfect. Alright, so you've got your assembly. It is going to be going from, so it's going to be on the left hand side. We're going to first put, you should have 1 exposed dark gray pip and then a spot for 6 exposed dark gray pips on the leftmost side of your assembly.
Repeat.
Okay, so you've got your assembly, yeah?
Yes.
Alright, so it's going to be longer than it is tall. Starting on the left hand side, you've got 1 standalone pip, and then where it's got 6 dark gray exposed pips, kind of looking at it as if it's a frame. So not quite the very top leftmost corner, but 1 row down.
Yes.
Okay, you are going to take that 2x3 brick, plop it right on top.
I have done this.
Perfect. Then you are going to continue that leftmost line with your 1x4.
I have done this.
Perfect. You're going to take that light blue piece, and you are going to put it so that it is running 1x2 along the bottom with those hollow pips facing you.
I have done this.
Alright, now you're going to take that 1x2 plate and plop it on top like a little hat.
I have done this.
Alright, now to continue that line that you started with your light blue, you're going to take that remaining brick, just pop it on those next line of pips.
I have done this.
Alright, that is step 17. We are moving on. Oh no.
You started that a little bit unsure, and then you seemed like you got back into focus there.
Oh, the ladies dig confidence.
Alright, this is going to be step 18. It's going to be a little interesting, but roll with me.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to need 4 total pieces. First piece is a dark gray 1x2 plate.
I have this.
Now you're going to need a 1x2 brick. It's got hollow pips on top and 2 holes running through the center.
I have this.
Excellent. Now you're going to need what looks like a vaguely brown gear.
Vaguely brown.
I can't tell what their color grading is,
Sure.
but it's got 4 holes running through the center of that gear.
I have this.
Okay, now you're gonna need one last piece. It is bright orange. It is what looks like 2 pips long. It's got a pipe on one end and then a little cross on the other end.
I have this.
Perfect. Alright, so you're gonna start by taking your 1x2 plate and putting the 1x2 brick right on top.
I have done this.
Okay, so you're gonna have this horizontally so that the 2 holes in that brick are facing you,
I have.
and on the right hole, you are going to shove that little pipe end right through it.
Hey Matthews, I think your mic is off.
I can hear them just fine.
Thank you for the thing. Like we said, these things are very sensitive. And I gesture.
I have done this.
Okay, so now you are going to take that gear and just shove it on that little cross.
I have done this.
Perfect. So now you are going to take the assembly that we've been working on and turn it 180 degrees.
Hell yeah.
It's
And
about 720 degrees, but close
right
enough.
next to
960, Jesus Christ, air.
right next to that 1x8 brick that you placed in the previous step, you're going to place that bit that you just made with the gear facing inside towards you.
I have done this.
Excellent. That is step 18. We are on step 19. You're going to need 3 pieces. First, you are going to need a 1x2 brick with a single hole in the center.
I have this.
You're going to need another one of those little orange pipe cross bits.
I have this.
And now you're going to need a much smaller gear boy.
I have this.
Alright, so it should just have the cross in the center for the gear. Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. So, you're going to put that brick horizontally so that the hole is facing you.
Yes.
Shove the pipe through it.
Yes.
Pop that gear onto the exposed cross.
I have done this.
Rock and roll. That's step 19. Step 20. You are going to need, it's going to look like the black long boys that we've got, but there's only 3 holes in it. And you're going to need one of those.
I have this.
Okay. Now you're going to need 2 little red guys that looks like half of it is the pipe and then it's got just a little nubbin.
I have this.
Perfect. So, on the gear that you just placed in the previous step, you're going to put a nubbin in each of one of the exposed holes on that tiny gear. So the tiny gear should have 2 little holes and you're just going to put the little nubbins of those red guys through it.
I've done this.
Okay, so now you're going to take that black short boy and you are going to pop it on those little exposed pipes so that you have 1 empty hole left.
I have done this.
Alright, step 21. You are going to need 2 pieces. You're going to need 1 1x2 length little white pipe. So it's got a pipe on both ends.
I have this.
Aren't all pipes a pipe on both ends?
Not a T.
Look, some of them are T's.
That's true.
Yeah. Some of them have nubbins. Alright, so now you're going to need another black long-ish boy that is 11 holes.
I have this.
Okay, so on that exposed hole for the black short boy, you are going to put the white pipe facing out away from the brick.
I have done this.
Okay. Now, you are going to pop that black longish boy on that white pipe using the very bottom hole.
I have done this.
Alright, step 22. Right next to where you've got the larger gear, you're going to pop that brick down so that it continues the line, with that gear facing in towards you. If you have done it correctly, it looks like the gears should clamp together so that the teeth connect.
Have we had gears in one of these things before?
We have not. I have done this.
Rad. Step 23. You're going to need 3 pieces. You're going to need 1 dark gray 1x2 plate,
I have this.
1 dark gray 1x2 brick,
I have this.
and then you're going to need 1 1x2 red brick that has 4 hollow pips on one side.
I have this.
Perfect. So, you are going to put that dark gray plate right on top of that red brick with a little hat.
I have done this.
Alright, awesome. So, next to the assembly with the tiny gear, you are going to put that dark gray brick.
I have done this.
Alright, now you're going to take that red piece with the hollow pips facing away from you and put it right in a line.
I have done this.
Alright. Step 24. Moving right along. You're going to need 5 pieces. 1, these are all dark gray. A 1x4 brick.
I have this.
A 1x6 brick.
I have this.
A 1x8 brick.
I have this.
A 2x4 brick.
I have. I have this.
Okay. And now you're going to need a brick that is 1x2 wide for the footprint, but it ramps up and only has a single pip.
I have this.
Okay, excellent. So, we are going to be starting on, we're going to be covering up the black or the dark gray pieces in the center of the assembly. So, starting from the center northmost dark gray right up against the original black long boys, you're going to put that 1x4 brick.
Repeat.
So you should see what looks like a 2x4 brick in between the original black long boys and the new black long boy that you just placed.
I see this.
Okay, so on the northmost row of pips closest to the gears, you're going to plop down that 1x4 brick.
I have done this.
Alright, so right in front of that, on the next exposed row of gray pips, you are going to take your 1x8 and plop that down so it's covering the very next row.
I have done this.
Alright, so on the next row of dark gray pips, the one that bumps up against the leftmost side of the frame, you're going to start with your 1x6 brick and just plop that down.
I've done this.
Perfect. And then you're going to take the ramp piece so that it ramps towards the right side, but that pip is right in line with the 1x6 that you just placed. So the higher side is on the left, ramps down to the right.
I have done this.
Perfect. So then, you're gonna have 2 exposed white pips, and then up to a row of 2 column wide row of pips, gray pips.
Okay.
Alright, so you are going to have that brick, the 2x4, and that's going to run vertically so that it bumps up against that 1x8 that you placed, and it will cover one of the outside frame pieces of the dark gray.
I have done this.
Alright, step 25. You're going to need 4
There's a minute
pieces.
and a half left.
All right, I think we can make this happen.
Alright. These are all dark gray still.
Okay, go ahead.
You need 2 1x3 bricks,
I have these.
1 1x6 brick,
I have this.
and then 1 1x8 brick.
I have this.
Awesome. So, we're keeping in the same orientation. First, on the leftmost row of dark gray pips on the outside of the frame, you are going to place that 1x6 running vertically.
Repeat.
So, leftmost row, dark gray pips on the outside of the frame. So the very side, butting up against where you put that red brick from earlier, hopefully.
Continue.
So you're going to place that right, covering that column of dark gray pips, and it should form a solid plane.
I've done this.
All right. So now we're going to be going horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to start by placing that 1x3. Starting from the left, going right, so that it forms a right angle with the 1x6 you just placed.
I've done this.
Okay, next is going to be the 1x8, forming just a nice straight line with that 1x3.
I have done this.
Alright, and then on the other side of the 2x4 brick that you placed in the previous step, you're going to put that last 1x3.
I've done this.
Alright, and that is step 25, and we are good.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Proud of us, Beej.
We did a good job, us two.